Okay, good morning to all of you. So, in the last class, have started with the last few classes. We have seen genetics, and that the principles of inheritance and variations. So, let us discuss about the chromosome theory of inheritance. See, actually, Mendel did a lot of things in the genetics, but it was not compulsorily like it was not aware for everybody. The information was lacking. The information was lacking at that time. Mendel discovered so many things, and you know that transmission of genes from parents to the offspring. In the genetics, we know that there are some things which is present. Okay. So, you know that we have studied in the genetics, especially in this chapter, we have seen that something which is transferring. Because Mendel said that this is according to Mendel said it is a factor. Okay, which is transferring to the next generation. That is from the parents to the offsprings. Okay, offsprings. Parents to the offsprings. So that is the reason the characteristics are transferring from one generation to the another generation, which is totally dependent on the basic principles of inheritance. Basic principles of inheritance. Okay, the basic principles of inheritance totally dependent on it. It means that you know one thing which is transferring from parents to the next generation, Mendel called it as factor, we call it as genes. Isn't it? Both are same, isn't it? Mendel said these are nothing but factors which are transferring from parents to the offspring so that the characteristics are transferring from one generation to the another generation. So according to the Mendel, he has given the name so-called factor. Later on, now we call it as G. So these are some things which we should remember to understand the chromosomal theory of inheritance, right? So if you talk this, like how actually the procedure is taking place, it depends upon some of the basic principles of inheritance. What is the basic principles of inheritance? It has to be followed in order, in sequence, that is production of the gametes, formation of production of gametes, isn't it? Gametes are always haploid. Haploid, isn't it? Parents are diploid. Production of the gametes, that is to continue from one cell to the another cell, isn't it? Then later on, that is again, that is this is haploid. The parent of generation is always the parents are diploid. Then the gametes will be haploid one. Again, the offspring will be diploid only. So, from diploid, haploids, the gametes are formed. From the haploid, again the offspring, which is restoring the diploid condition. How is it possible? If it is maintaining the basic principles of inheritance, that is orderly, sequentially, then only it is able to have. Okay, then only it is able to show this, isn't it? So that is production of gametes, that is from the diploid, haploid gametes are produced. Right? Then again restoring the diploid condition. Diploid condition, that is through fertilization, isn't it? Through the fertilization, we can see that once again there is a diploid condition is coming from the haploid. From the diploid parents diploid है, diploid से haploid gametes बनते हैं. जब ये gamete, that is female gamete and the male gamete, and it is fusing, it is going to form a diploid. What about the parents? Parents are diploid. Male parent is diploid, and female parent, that is also diploid. And gametes are produced, they are the haploid condition. Why? Because to restore the what we call it as a diploid condition, it is again haploid, it is forming protein meiosis. Then again once again it is fusing to form the diploid condition, isn't it? So then this diploid to make a medicilla organism is undergoing the process of multiplication. Multiplication is taking place. This all the phenomena. I can use only one word here. From the parents, the information is passing to the next generation. From the parents, the information is passing to the next generation. That is, Mendel called it as factor. We are calling it as genes. Isn't it? How it is transferring? Through a vehicle. What is a vehicle here? Chromosomes are the vehicle. So after the Mendel's death, that is Mendel did a lot of works, experiments. So that is the reason he was considered as a father of genetics. But later on, what happened? When this is taking place, actually what we are going to study in the chromosomal theory. So in the diploid condition, the nucleus is consisting of a pair of homologous chromosomes. On the homologous chromosomes, we are going to find the genes. Okay, we are going to find the genes. That is genes again, alleles are we are going to find there. So this when it is undergoing the, when it is forming the gamete, it is going to form haploid, isn't it? One chromosome, another one chromosome getting separated, isn't it? One and another one is getting totally separated, isn't it? So that is what I have just shown you people, that is haploid it is going to form. This is one gamete, this is another gamete. So when the daughters are, that is, this is possible only because of the meiosis. How it is possible? It is possible because of the meiosis, isn't it? When the meiosis is taking place, that is, it is undergoing the process of meiosis, and then it is going to transfer the things, that is the material, to the next generation, that is in the form of chromosomes. The genes are transferred. But Mendel was unable to say how the movement of the chromosome is taking place and what are the things happening during this meiosis and how exactly the genetic material is transferred from the parents to the next generation. Then one cell to the another generation, another cell, isn't it? So whenever the mitosis and meiosis is taking place, the genetic material is transferring into another cells, isn't it? So likewise, similarly, the genetic material is transferring to the next generation because of the meiosis. Meiosis is taking place. And equally there is a pair of chromosomes are located, isn't it? For example, I have said in people in the human beings 23 pairs of chromosomes are present, isn't it? Each pair, 22 pairs are common autosomes. 23rd pair is a sex chromosome, that is allosome. We receive one chromosome from the father, another chromosome from the mother. Okay, which is deciding the sex of the baby, isn't it? Next in the sex determination topic, I'll be telling you how it is taking place. But here, one chromosome, the gametes consisting of like this. It is separated one chromosomes with the genes, alleles will be there. Okay, so during the process of fusion, one chromosome meiosis, during the process of meiosis, what happens? The cell division is taking place. Meiosis is a reductional division. You know this, isn't it? So Mendel failed to explain how the factors are how the factors transferring the cell. The factors are transferring, but he was unable to show how the chromosome movements will be there, how exactly the genes are transferring because of the lack of microscopy. Isn't it? Microscopy. What do you mean by microscopy? The equipments, microscopic. So techniques were not that much fast. What the later on it has become. So due to that lack of the microscopy, he unable to explain the movement of the chromosome and how it is getting transferred. How it is getting transferred, isn't it? So that is the reason later on some other scientist, isn't it, rediscovered metals. This thing, what we call it as work. Sutton and Boveri. In the year 1902, rediscovered the things that is said by the Mendel. Rediscovered the things said by the Mendel, that is by the Sutton and Boveri. Again started, that is in the year 1902, to read as a discovery of the things what Mendel has told, isn't it? So what they did, Hugo de Veres said about the mutation, so many scientists, they work out once again on the whatever the thing said by the Mendel, and not only this Hugo de Veres, Sutton, Boveri, T.H. Morgan, everybody once again gone through the work done by the Mendel, and later on they have come with especially these two persons, that is Sutton and Boveri. What they said, there is a parallel relationship between the genes and the chromosomes. Genes and the chromosomes. There is a parallelity or parallelism or something which is going together, or something, the both chromosome and genes are having showing some of the same characters, isn't it? So what they have said, let us see one by one. Each species has an specific number of chromosomes. Isn't it? Every species is having its own chromosome numbers, right? Chromosome contain number of the chromosome in the diploid cells, isn't it? So each pair is said to be each they are present in a pair, number of chromosomes, and present in a pairs. They are present in a pairs. Each pair is called as what, beta? It is called as homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes. And among this homologous chromosome, only one chromosome is transferred to the next generation. Only one from the maternal and one from the paternal. That is, one chromosome transferred to the next generation from the maternal parent, and one from the paternal parent. Okay. One from the maternal and another from the paternal parent. Okay. So it means that each chromosome, each cell is diploid. So the offspring is receiving two chromosomes. That is, suppose this is a maternal and this is a paternal cell. Maternal and paternal, mothers and fathers. So what about the offspring? Offspring is receiving one from the father and another from the mother, isn't it? So again restoring. So this is the between the gap. I said it before, that is formation of the gamete is taking place, fertilization, that is to restore the diploid. Formation of gamete में क्या हो रहा है बेटा? एक पेयर जो होमोलोगस क्रोमोसोम्स हम जिसे कह रहे हैं उसमें से सिर्फ एक क्रोमोसोम मींस हेप्लॉइड हेप्लॉइड गैमेट्स बन रहे हैं। ओके, सो हेप्लॉइड हेप्लॉइड क्यों बन रहे हैं? क्योंकि जब वो फ्यूज होंगे तो वापस से प्रोजेनी में क्या होगा होता है? डिप्लॉइड बनेगा, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स आर डिप्लॉइड एंड offspring also will be diploid, isn't it? So to restore, there is the two reasons. One, they are getting genetic information from both father and mother. Second, restoring the diploid condition. Okay, this is about the chromosome. What about the genes? Genes, that is a pair of allele. Genes are also present in a pair. Each gene we are getting from the, again the same thing. What they have said, the super and go very better in the chromosomal theory of inheritance or chromosome theory of inheritance. There is a parallelism between the genes and the chromosome. Parallelism between the parallelism is nothing but similarity. We can also go for the similarity between the genes and the chromosome. Similarly, each gene also are present in the pair. What about the genes? Genes are also present in the pairs. Similarly, if we see the similarities, genes are also present in pair. Isn't it? Genes are also present in the pair. Chromosomes are present in the pair. Specific number of chromosomes are present in the specific organism, and where you find the chromosomes are, they are present everywhere in the pairs. Among the pair, that pairs are called as homologous chromosome. From the homologous chromosome, each half, that is one chromosome getting from the father, one chromosome getting from the mother. So in the next generation, one more time, that is restoration. Similarly, so that is genes are also present in the pair, one from the each parent, from one from the each parent. The offspring is receiving the offspring is receiving the gene. That is, what is the parallelism here? It is showing the parallelism is nothing but here both are present in the pair, that is chromosomes as well as the genes, and both each one they are getting from the each pair, that is chromosome also each one they are getting from the, suppose for example I have studied people, that is the blood grouping in the codominance. I have said you on the ninth chromosome we find the allele, that is gene I, which is representing the blood group ABO. So here in male also and female also, the gene which is responsible is present somewhere here, so somewhere here. So one it is this is one gene is one chromosome we are getting from the maternal and one we are getting from the paternal. Similarly, gene also one gene we are getting from the mother, one gene we are getting from the father, because one that is how, so both are showing the same type of characteristics. This is what we call it as, they are showing the similarities. It is parallelism we are going to see here, isn't it? So, if you see here, the equal distribution we are going to find here, both, that is half half. How is it possible? It was paid by the Mendel to show how it is taking place. During the process of meiosis, it is possible to separate the chromosome. To separate the chromosome. During the process of the meiosis, that is diploid cells, parental cells are getting separated with the separate chromosomes with along with the genes, which is seen in the meiosis. When Mendel was working, the microscopic instruments were not that much well equipped, so he was unable to show the movements of the chromosome and how they are separating, and it is transferred from the generation to the another generation, right? So Once again, when these haploid are formed, so one haploid from the male and another haploid from the female. That is, once again it is getting restored. So Mendel was unable to express this all things because of the microscopic unavailability at that time. So that is the reason we have seen here, that is unable to explain the process of how it is the movement is taking place. So the one more similarity you can find over here is, that is, they are getting separating during the gamete production, isn't it? Gamete production. Then here also you can see that pairs are independently assorted. Pairs are assorted independently. In case of genes also you can see, in dihybrid cross people will be seeing that the color of the seed and shape of the seed is separated totally. Yellow, green, round wrinkle. Yellow, green, round wrinkle. That is color of the seed and shape of the seed. Both are getting totally differently, isn't it? How is it possible? Because of the genes are also getting separated equally, as well as the chromosomes. Both are showing the similar type of behavior, isn't it? So, if you can see, it is given in the NCERT also, and if it is genes, you are able to see here. They are also getting, here it is, they are showing, it is during the meiosis process. You are able to see how is it taking place. It is getting separated. Okay, these are the chromosomes which are getting separated, and we are able to see similarly the genes are also getting separated, isn't it? So you are able to see both are showing the same type of thing. That is chromosomal theory of inheritance, isn't it? That is, we say it as chromosomal theory of inheritance. So it has been again continued by the, you know that Morgan, T.H. Morgan, further, that is chromosomal theory and the linkage and recombination, these all things again already Mendel explained, but somewhere he was unable to express these all things because of the technical issues, that is microscopic equipments were not well at that time, so that is the reason. So later on, that is Morgan, T.H. Morgan, he started working and he has given the conclusion that there are some of the set of genes which are located very closely associated on the chromosome, and they are present on the same chromosome. So which are inheriting to the next generation, which are inheriting in the next generation together